So we're currently on the way up in South Devon, where I live, just out of Ashburton, on to the edge of the moors, and we're going to be doing a few green lanes today. These are a few of my favourite of the South Devon area, and I haven't been green laning for a little while, and I have to admit, you probably have noticed it. Today is slightly different, as you can probably tell. I've got these new headphones I'm trying out today, and I thought it would be the best time to test this out before we do our big trip in 6 months' time up to Scotland. These will be perfect, come in handy for that. I wanted to just see if this is possible and see if you enjoy it. So I could try different audio methods in the future, trying to attach the lapel mic to this and then plug it straight into the phone. That's also another method, but this is very neat, and it means I can just bring it with me all the time. If you watch this video, or even if from this you don't like it, please let me know in the comments. Oh, there's a flood. As soon as I say it, straight away we've got a flood, haven't we? Let me just clear the windscreen for me, and hope and pray that the GoPro isn't covered in rain for you. Got to the lane. I actually changed the plan a little bit. I forgot that in the winter now it gets dark a lot earlier. So right now we're heading to a different spot. That one's great, and I was going to do a bit of a sort of cook up there, some lunch, but I think we'll do a bit more of this, and then we'll go and do that in a moment. It should be pretty cool. This is definitely still very wet. It looks very sunny right now, but it has been raining earlier in the day. And yeah, this is good fun, actually. I haven't really felt like green laning this summer. I think I've just done it quite a lot. So it's really nice to revisit it, come back, and it got to the point where I was doing these lanes so often that it just feels like you're almost driving a normal road. So actually, I'm excited to do this, actually. I think adding the extra jeopardy of doing it alone is quite fun. Right now I'm in 5th, low range. Probably didn't need to be in low box too early. Looks like a branch fell there and has already broken up, so hopefully people have been down here recently. We'll have to see. Starting to steepen up now. Okay, there's a tree already, but it has been moved out the way, so that gives me confidence that someone's been down already and hopefully cleared it out a bit. Just going to go under this tree that's obviously fallen in the storm Kieran. Another branch just in front of us. Just hit something then, sort of forget how... Oh. It's easy to forget how tall you really are. Okay, cool. Right, yeah, so there has been many trees, many branches coming down here, but thankfully it looks like people have cleared it. As you can see here on the right, there's a branch sticking out on the right hand side there. Actually, that looks like it was cut for a little while ago. I'm going to try and scooch over, get under this branch there. Poor roof tent. Roof tent has taken a bit of a beating, I have to tell you. We are purely sliding now. Boy! Okay, let's engage a bit of engine there, you know, we're not silly. We don't just use the brakes in neutral. Go, ooh. If you can't find it, grind it. Gonna keep your fingers out of the steering wheel so they don't come off. Gonna go into first gear, and as it's steep, which it won't look on camera, I'm sort of hanging out my seat a little bit here. Gonna go into low range first and go down just using the engine because that slipped a little bit there. Actually, take a second. Don't want to go too slow, do we? Yeah, so this bit here, previously, I reckon if it was a year after, woohoo! If it was okay, this is getting quick. It's been graded, but yeah, if it was like what it was like before and hadn't been graded, my goodness, I reckon there might have been some damage done. And one thing I do forget about sometimes is having the roof tent on. You do have to protect that, but that is one thing about having the good hard shell, the Vicky Wood one up there. It has got roof bars on it, so they protect it a little bit, stop it from getting scratched, but it's pretty hard to dent actually. Nice sort of lane, that one. Good first lane, I would say. And here we are, straight away into the next one. This is the approach to the lane. It used to be just like a gravel road. Now it's a bit of a green lane. it's quite nice to revisit it after such a long time. It's not as hard as it maybe looks, and it's harder than it looks on camera, but when you're here, it's so much more daunting than you'd expect. So there we go, just parked up right there, the little lane coming down as you just saw. Got the GoPro just here, ready to be positioned. I'm not sure whether to put it at the top or the bottom really. I'll probably put it in the middle, sort of, actually near the bottom, heading towards the top. If you've seen this one many times from me, sorry about that if you've done it. Okay, I haven't done this for a little while. It's actually pretty daunting. When you're looking at it, it probably looks a little bit like this, but I'm going to try and show you now what it looks like to your eye when you get here. I'd say it's about that. That's about right. The camera never shows it, but it is very steep and you can hardly walk up it, and you'll probably fall down it when you walk down. As you go around the corner, what you want to do is give it a bit of beans, because it's very steep and it's quite rutted now actually. It's very rocky, much more sort of bumpy than it used to be, but at least it isn't as muddy. It's just rocky and slaty. So going to give it a good go, and I'm going to turn you around here so you can see what I'm seeing rather than me. No diff block, just revs. Okay, yeah. Woohoo! Okay, that's quite sketchy. Right. I think my problem there is lack of speed, wow, we're just sliding. Hang on. Okay, that is sketchy. Right, okay. If this was your first time, I think you would have maybe had some dirty trousers right now, because that was pretty scary. I'm going to put diff lock in, first gear, get right back on the corner. Oh. Right, okay. Let's give it full revs. Okay. Diff lock is definitely needed. And that is a lot of revs. Whoa, okay, cool. There we go. Okay, that was probably the hardest time I've ever done it. Goodness gracious. Fun was had by all. Okay, so that definitely got my heart racing. Usually you can just crawl it, but I think it's just rutted out so much. The fact that people do this course in like Beetles with two-wheel drive in estate BMWs is absolutely crazy. You can probably see me walking down now on the GoPro. You can see how steep it is. These boots are almost like skis now. I've worn them so much. We're even walking here, it's steep, but actually on that bit where I had to basically slide back with my heart in my mouth. That was pretty fun. It's definitely steeper in the middle, but you can see now, way. It's it's pretty steep, but wow, that was good fun. Woo! Okie dokie then. Right. Goodness gracious. I'm hot in the face. I'm adrenaline fueled. I'm warm. That's probably one of the most gnarly off-road roads around here. It's very short, very steep, it's very different to normal green lanes, but this time, I don't know what it was. I think maybe hard tyres. I hadn't done it for a while, not enough speed. I was concentrating on filming. These lanes are definitely ones that could be literally a tree across and I won't be able to do them. We're about to do quite a more sort of mainstream one, more of a forestry track, which should be used quite a lot. But this one, you have that slight worry that, which I have had this before, slight worry that you're going to get halfway along and a tree is blocking your way. These are very washed out. That's the difference from when I last was here. They are not mud anymore, they're just slate. This is quite a good one actually. Lots of water washing down. Hope you can see I've got the GoPro inside now. It's a good enough view. This is quite a good one actually. It's good fun. Yeah, this is not too bad actually. This is nice light now as well. From a photography eye. Cool bit of slate to our left there. Obviously very exposed from maybe a lot of water running down recently. Very slaty track. No diff locking. No diff locking in the moment, he says. Okay, there's our first hurdle. I can start in first. Crawl. up. There you go. Easy peasy. GoPro's outside. Much better. Okay. Right, I'm going to try and disengage the diff lock now. I think it's fun to do it without. Then if you need it, bring it in. It's quite fun to try and conquer it without though. Are we going to hit that? The GoPro can hit that. Maybe. Just power through it. So this could be our final lane of the day, but don't worry, it's quite a long one. And what we're going to do is stop halfway through. We've got some chicken and rice and some new herbs in the back from my new spice rack. And we're going to do a good old cook up in the middle of the lane, hopefully. There is a good spot to do it, just before there's a bridge, just over a little river. But I could also go up a little bit higher if it's dark there, so we'll just have a look. But yeah, this one's pretty cool. It's always been quite an easy one, and it's more just a bit longer and also just very pretty. We have more people up ahead. They look like they're peeling off to the right, I hope. I don't know. Might get more angry people, not quite sure. Oh, hey, okay. Wow, that was a bit of a gully. Definitely reminds me that these tyres are up very hard, so probably should bring them down a bit. So I believe this is our first test spot. Just before the bridge there, you'll be able to see, hopefully to the right. I'll just aim you towards it so you can see. So you can either go down here to there. I reckon we carry on up a little bit. Stop there before, so let's go on a bit. Very narrow, very narrow. Indeed. Hug one side. Don't damage the bridge. You want, probably more important, not damaging the bridge than your vehicle, I would say. So here we go. Right, open the bridge. Oh god, if someone came along now, saw me wearing this headset, that would be not funny. That would not be good. Oh, hang on. There we go. I'll hold that open. Right. Look like a thunderbird. So now, hopefully you'll be able to see what I mean by this is not necessarily the hardest lane, but it's a very pretty one. So as we come up through here, you'll see these lovely tall pine trees. Obviously, man-grown pine trees. It's not the most natural forest, but it is pretty nonetheless, especially in this late afternoon, evening light of winter. It's such a beautiful location, and I love it. It's just really does feel like a different country. You know, we don't have the most wild off-roading down here, but it's nice to actually get off the beaten track and come down here. I can't see anything currently. My windscreen is so dirty. That's one thing I could mention actually. When I do the bulkhead, which is end of November, early December, fingers crossed that's our time frame, everything is in line. I'm going to also do a heated windscreen, which I've been discussing with people, and I think that'd be a really nice idea. Obviously to stop the steam fogging up. Okay, right, I'm going to diff lock on. Diff lock on a bit, just. I need it, I just don't want to be spinning my wheels. There's forestry workers working, I don't want to be spinning the wheels and causing a scene. So potentially, this could be a nice spot here. Let's just try this. See. Just pop the car up here. In the sun. That's why I wanted to come up here. Just pop the car in the sun. This is where we can do our cooking, so let's get out and do that.
So I just heard a tractor coming, probably one of the forestry people. I'm about 5 meters off the track they're meant to be on. Hopefully they didn't need to use this. If they do, I need to pack up very quickly, but I guess the next shot you'll see how the outcome goes. A couple of minutes later, there's still no one. You can still hear his engine, but I don't think he's coming this way. It's either forestry or the farmer that uses this. I don't know who it is, but I think they've gone a different direction. I'm sure they would have seen me as well, so I'm sure they're hopefully fine. Step away from the chicken for one moment and it's burnt. That's the thing with these thin pans, annoyingly, but not too bad. Just a bit of charring, and they think they're done. Have a little look, pull it one apart. Yeah. Okay. Okay. This is a good idea, and also that spice rack is a good idea as well. That was a mix of a Traeger chicken mix and a dry South African beef seasoning. To say it's for everything, but beef is what it's meant for. That is very good. Something so simple that obviously the rice is just heat it up. You could do it in the microwave, but easy on the saucepan with a tiny bit of water to make sure it doesn't stick and burn. That chicken though, honestly, just for a pack of chicken, using a few of those herbs / rubs, spices, you can just make something so much nicer than just something you could grab. And just doing this now makes me just want to come back out here and do it again. I can't wait to do more videos like this. If anyone's got any ideas, put them down in the comments, like what you want me to do. I did this back in like COVID time, at the end of COVID. I went and just parked up in the woods where you can, cooked up a little meal, did some photography, and you know, you can go on long adventures, loads of driving, but this is just on our doorstep, and it's just nice to come and do this. And honestly, this is one of my favourite things to do on a day off. So there we are, it's time to head off. It's not quite dark enough to have the lights on, but I was just taking a photo. So let's get cracking, back into Boris, back on the way, finish this lane and get on home.
So let's crack on out of the lane. What we're about to do is come up through that lane, the final little bit up the hill there, a little bit slippy, and then effectively it goes up through there, not too difficult at all, just the final bit of the lane. Still lovely and really nice, still really beautiful looking lane, one of my favourites just for pure aesthetics. And then as we wind round the corner, we come across the gate. And then towards the main road, and goodness gracious, that is a mannequin on the gate. It's got a head, it's got a coat, and do you think it's a Halloween prank, or is it to deter people from going down that public green lane? Who knows? I think that's the beauty of these lanes up on Dartmoor, is that the interconnecting roads between each one, as you saw at the beginning, and now this one that's leading up to Haytor, are just nice in themselves, you know. It looks nice, the trees are all turning orange, So as we come out of the valley now, up onto the top of the moors where all the tors are, and we'll pop out over the crest, and in the distance you'll see Tor Bay and the coast and the sea. And as we're approaching the Haytor car park, I'm just going to shut my windows. I was hot and now I'm freezing. Got the heated seats now though, which is nice. Just going to wrap it up now, I think. I'm going to head up this hill. That's Haytor in the distance, as you can see. What a brilliant day out is what I'm going to say. And if you've made it this far, I'm eternally grateful. Like, subscribe if you're new. I doubt you're here if you're new. I think it's die-hard people are just going to be here now. But thank you so much for everyone watching this one. A real experimental video. Definitely one I want to continue making if you've enjoyed it. If the audio is terrible, then I might choose to use a proper mic sort of taped to this boom here. So we'll have to see how we go. And I'll leave you with the lovely sunset there, some ponies, and the rain just coming down now. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.